Hello friends, this is Dr. OG Crypto here, your mentor and tutor for your trading journey. I'll be introducing you to the best forex and crypto trading course for a total newbie or an amateur or a professional trader. My goal for creating this course is to make it for free and also make it even better than any trading course that you can buy for $1,000. So today we'll be talking about candlestick anatomy and candlestick patterns. I told you when I was explaining the trading technical analysis that it deals with history, and this history are represented in form of what candlesticks on an app called what Trading View. You understand? So this is what it is. So now, by way of definition, what does candlestick means? It simply refers to the language of the market. Because right now, I already understand and I know what this market is telling me now. That, okay, sellers are in control. Okay, I should be shorting the markets now. You understand? In this place. By the time the market got here, I already know, okay, I want to sell the market from here. Like, I already understood what the market is telling me. Why? Because is the language of the market, and I understand the language of the market. And in this course, I'm going to make sure that you also understand perfectly the way of the market, the language of the market. So another way you can see candlestick is that is a means of communication between the chart and the trader. You understand? So that you'll be able to use it to make what meaningful trading decision. So this candlestick was originated from Japanese candlesticks. So these are how Japanese candlesticks used to look like. So they just be like, okay, let's just use it. So that's the history of candlesticks. So now what's now the anatomy of candlesticks? When we say anatomy, like the component of candlesticks, so that if someone tell you buy from the wick or do this, do that, you understand what they are trying to say. So this is candlestick anatomy. So you can see every candlestick have one upper part, has one lower part, has one body like this, like big part like this. So we call these lines that you are seeing, we call them wicks of the candle. You understand? So you can say this one is the higher wick, this is the lower wick, this is the lower wick, this is the higher wick. You understand? So that is the body of the candle. So this is the body of the candle, and these are the wicks of the candle. So those are the anatomy or components of the candle. If you don't want to call it wick, you can call it tails. You understand? So this is the tail of the candle, while this is the body of the candle. But there are just two basic forms of candlesticks. There are just two candlesticks. So it can either be a bullish candlestick or a bearish candlestick. So bullish candlesticks are always green, bearish candlesticks are always red. You understand? But in your own type, you can, I told you about how to customize your trading view. You can customize it that your bullish candlestick, you want it to be white or to be golden, to be yellow, to be purple, or any color you want to give it. Then the bearish candlestick, you can say, okay, you want to use it. You might not want to use red. You understand? But traditionally and generically, we have two forms of candlesticks. It can either be bullish for green and bearish for red. You understand? And what does it mean? If you see a green candle, it means buyers are in control. It means it shows strength in the market. And when you see bearish candlesticks, it means it shows weakness in the market, or that sellers are in control. So that is that. So what are now the types of candlesticks? We have three types of candlesticks actually. We have three types of candlesticks. So you can actually have an indecision candle, you can have a momentum candle, or rejection candles. So you can have indecision candle, momentum candle, or a rejection candle. So how does these candles look like? Indecision candle is that you will just see it like this. It will just be something like this. You will see a wick like this, then you will see the body. There will not be a body. So this is what an indecision candlestick. So the market can either go up or come down. It has no body. That's what indecision candle means. It has no body. Now, what of momentum candle? They have large body. Momentum candles, they have large body than the indecision candle. Do you understand? They have large body. You see? So you see they have large body. So this is an indecision candle. What of rejection candle? those ones, they have long wick instead. They have what? Long wicks. They have long wicks. Those are the rejection candle. They have long wicks. So those are the three types of candles that you can see in the market. You can either see an indecision candle, a large body candle, which is a momentum candle, or a rejection candle, and all of them has meaning. Now, if you see a large strong momentum candle, it's telling you that those people are actually the one in control. Let's say, for instance, you can see a momentum candle here. It's telling you that the sellers, they have full control of the market. So you should be looking for more short opportunity. You see, the market keeps going down, going down. You see, going down, going down. So when you see momentum candle like that, it shows that there is strength in the market. Like that part, there is strong momentum for that particular direction that the market is going. You understand? So you should trade in the direction of that. But if you see an indecision candle like this, it shows that the market, there is no strong person in the market. The two participants in the market, which is buyer and sellers, or the two of them have equal strength. So the market can either go up or come down. So this is an example of indecision candle here. I'm coming. So see example of indecision candle here. So the market can either go up or come down. So that is indecision candle. This one is a momentum candle. This is an example of rejection candle. You can see this is an example of a rejection candle. It has a large, a long wick, but a short body. So that's an example of rejection candle. So you can see a rejection candle, long wick, small body. So those are the types of candlesticks that we have. Now, what are now candlestick patterns? What are candlestick patterns? Because one thing is that you must know, okay, I've already understood that all these things are what? Like they are like information that the market is trying to let me know. You understand? So that I can make profit with it. It's a language that the market is communicating with me that I should let me know. Then I already know that if it's showing red, it's telling me that there's weakness in the market. It means sellers are in control. If it's showing me green, it's telling me that what? Buyers are in control. We've already established that. Then other ones is that if I see a strong momentum candle like this, it's showing me that the sellers have full control. So I should be looking for more sales. You understand? If I see indecision candles like this, for instance, this indecision candle, that is, it has no body. It's telling me that market can either go up or come down. Rejection candle tell me that if I see a rejection candle, what is telling me that, let's say we are going up, then it now form a rejection candle. What is telling you that what is ready for reversal, is ready to reject that current trend that is going. So we want to reverse and take a U-turn. So that is rejection candle. So apart from that, we now talk about candlestick patterns. When we say patterns are like, okay, it's like a short form or a shorthand to tell me that if I see this and this together, what it's telling me is that buy. If I see this and this together, what it's telling me is that sell. You understand? So those are the patterns that you notice, the behaviors that you notice in the market and say, okay, this is the information that this market is trying to pass across to me. So we have three types of candlestick patterns. We have three types. So we have single patterns. That is, when you want to consider a candle, once you see that single candle, you already know what it means. We have double patterns. That is, if you are seeing those candles staying together, like two candles staying together, you already know what it's trying to tell you. We have triple patterns. So these triple patterns is like when you are considering three candles together and you are using it to make an informed trading decision. You understand? So that is what three patterns. But once you are now considering four or more candles together, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say up to 50, up to 60, you are no more saying candlestick pattern. You are now saying chart patterns. You understand? You are now saying chart patterns. Once I am considering everything around this market like this, is no more candlestick pattern, but what? Chart pattern. But if I'm just considering these two candles like this, to make an informed decision. That is candlestick patterns, and that's what the double pattern of candlestick, because I'm considering two candles. You understand? So now, what are now the examples of this single pattern, double pattern, and triple candlestick patterns? They are divided into two actually. We have the bullish. If you see them, if you are considering these single patterns, you understand? We have the bullish type that will tell you that you should buy, and we have the bearish type telling you that you should sell. Same thing for double pattern and triple pattern. So we'll just be talking about example of each and every one of them. You understand? So let's get into it. So see candlestick patterns here. We have a lot of patterns. We have like over 600 patterns. You understand? But I'm not going to bore you with everything about candlestick patterns. I just use the one that I use most importantly, which are these ones. You understand? It's not even everything in here that I even consider too. You understand? So that is that. So the one for single, you see that this one is just one candle. You understand? So if I see it, what it's telling me, I know the information already. Look at these two candles now. I know if I consider two candles together, I know the information. If I consider three candles together, I know the information they are trying to pass across to me. So the one I use most importantly for single, this once you see a candle like this, a red candle, once you see a red candle and you see that it has a big wick and a small body in this form, so it's called shooting star, and it's telling you that the market will sell. So once you see it in the market, you should know that the market is going to sell. Once you see an hammer, it looks exactly like our normal hammer. You understand? You can even see small wick on top like this. It will resemble an hammer. Once you see it, is a bullish candlestick pattern, and we use it to actually long the market. Once you see it like this, just know that market will start buying. We have doji. This one is like indecision candle, so the market might either go up or go down. You know, so you have to calm down and see, okay, where will it break out to? Is it to the upside or to the downside? So that is that. Then once we are considering the candle bullish double candlestick patterns, double candlestick patterns. So we have the bullish form and we have the bearish form. So this bullish engulfing, when you see it, like you are considering two candles together, then you see that the green candle, it's red candle that will be printed first, then green candle will be printed next, and this green candle now engulf, that is, it covers everything about this particular candle that was formed before, the red candle that was formed before, like it swallowed it. You know, when you consider this candle compared to this one, it's like it swallowed everything around it about this candle. You understand? So we call it a bullish engulfing pattern. And once you see that pattern from the word bullish, so we use it to buy. We use it to long the market. It's telling us that what the market is going to sell up to the upside. You understand? So we have bearish engulfing. You see that this candle is small. The green candle that was formed before is small, but when you look at it to the third candle, you see that the third candle is bigger than the second candle is bigger than the green candle that was formed earlier. And if you consider this green candle to match with this red, you see that this red has covered everything about this green candle. So we call it bearish engulfing pattern. So there's an hint I want you to know. Bullish engulfing, it ends with what? A bullish candle, a long bullish candle, which is what? Green candle. Bearish engulfing candle, it ends with what? A long red candle that will cover the green candle. So that is it. So we use this one to short, we use this one to long the market. You understand? So that is that. So we have evening star. Once you see market pattern like this, we use it to short the market. Morning star to long the market. You understand? So then three soldiers, three crowds, and so on and so forth like that. So now, what is now the rules for interpreting all these candles, or for using these candlestick patterns? How can I use it to trade? How can I use it to make profits? You understand? How can I use it to? You see that this is an example of what? A bullish engulfing. You can see that the green candle engulfed everything about the red candle. What happened? The market bought. You understand? This is an example of a bearish candlestick pattern, bearish engulfing. You see that this red engulfed everything about this green. What happened? The market came down. You understand? So that's about it. You can see that this is an hammer. You can see this is an hammer. Once you see an hammer like that, what happened? Market prints to the upside. So that is it. You can see this one too is a bullish engulfing because this green engulfed everything about this red. What happened? The market went up. You get? So that is that about that. That is that about that. I'm looking for example of maybe shooting star, but they are so easy. Once you spot them, you see that the market will. So can you see this is a shooting star? You can see that it's like an inverted hammer. Red candle. What happened? Market came down first because of the other reasons. I will tell you why they went up. You understand? So now you see that some are playing out, but some are not playing out, right? So why is it that some are playing out, some are not playing out? It's because what? There are rules to actually using all these candlestick patterns. The rules of or how you can use this candlestick pattern to trade profitably is that you never trade based on this information alone. Don't trade based off okay, because this thing I just spot it. You will not be looking at candles 2 or 3 or checking each candle one by one. No, you don't trade based on this information alone. You have to combine it with other information that the market is telling you, such as volume, such as a working strategy. There are a lot of strategies out there that you can use. So you have to combine with a particular working strategy that you have. I'm going to teach you the best strategy out there, which is a smart money concept strategy. So you combine with SMC or an indicator. You understand? So you combine those information with a working strategy before you can say, okay, I want to buy. Okay, I want to sell. So never use it in isolation, or else it will just be giving you a headache because you saw a pattern here. You'll buy. It's small for small profit. You see another pattern. You say, why don't you just wait for one particular place where you can make profits all to this place? You understand? So that is that. So now another thing about these things that before you can consider say okay, I want to use candlestick patterns, you must make sure that they are at key areas. They are at key areas or key levels. There's something called key areas or key levels. That is, maybe they are demand zone, maybe they are supply zone, maybe they are support, maybe they are resistance, and so on and so forth. Like those key areas. So you must make sure they are there before you can say, okay, let me use this information. So, but the way I normally trade candlestick pattern is that I just use it to know where I should actually adjust my stop loss or take profit to. You understand? Or maybe when I see, let's say I mark this place as my entry now. I mark this place as my entry, and I saw that, okay, this thing, when the market got to my entry, it formed something called it's formed a particular candlestick pattern for me. Look at this one, and 1 2 3 3 something. So it's telling me that this market is buying 3 soldiers. This market is buying. So what happened? I will go and buy the market. You understand? I already know that, okay, this thing, I'm supposed to buy. You see. So you buy, you make profit. See that the market went up eventually before it come down. So that is that. This is not this is just an example. You understand? So when we use our strategy, you are going to understand it better. You understand? You are going to understand it better. Let's say I use this place. My market got here. Let's say this is where I marked out already, and when the market got there, it formed something called a bearish engulfing. I already know, this is for sale. Then I sell. I make my profit. It came back to entry, and it still later would sell impulsively. So that is how I use candlestick patterns. You understand? So I hope you understand how everything works now. So candlestick patterns, when you are considering one candle or 2 candles or 3 candles together, but you don't just consider it in isolation. You combine with other information too. You make sure that you have a working strategy for it. You get. So that is that. So in the next video, we are going to be talking about different chart patterns that we have. So take care, everybody. Bye.